Yo, 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 here I am to do a very, very spontaneous review of Barbie because I just kind of had to do it. It was just in me. I watched the movie, it was in the cinema, I went today, and let me just set the scene for you, okay? I've seen lots of films, and I went tonight to see this, and it was like an experience I have not experienced since I was a child on the way in, okay? Because there were actual crowds. I actually had to queue up after getting my ticket. I had to queue, right, to get into the cinema. And do you know why? Because it was absolutely packed with girls, right? Girls. And they'd arrived in pink t-shirts, wearing all kinds of pink stuff, and they had blonde hair like Barbie, and they were dressed up, and they had sparkling, colourful hair and all this kind of stuff, and they were having a great time before they'd even gotten in. And I was looking around going, oh my god, this is gonna be huge. This is gonna make like $2 billion. This is gonna be the biggest movie ever. And this is the interesting thing about it, is I started to get kind of excited, not just because I was surrounded by females and estrogen, but because I was thinking this is like a theme park ride. This is like going to Disney World or something. Again, it's not just because I was surrounded by, pretty girls. It was genuinely because I was feeling their enthusiasm. And I love to see that, because it's disappointing to go to the cinema and be sometimes the only person there because everyone's at home on Netflix. And I thought how wonderful that this has struck such a chord. And I'm going to tell you, not to overly, I'll get to the film in a minute, okay? But here's the thing with an overall. I was sitting in the cinema and I could tell those girls were so excited. And within about 5 to 10 minutes, oh, my battery, alright, light's gone, suspense has just landed. You're going to have to do it in the dark, guys. But I could tell that the girls wanted to love the film. They wanted so badly to love it. They came for fun. They came for a party. And it wasn't really giving them what they wanted. And I honestly started to feel sorry for the audience. Not that it was an overall bad movie, right? But here's the thing. The movie is kind of preaching a bit, and it's putting this emphasis on real life, and life is hard if you're a woman, and it's difficult, and you have responsibilities, and you have to worry, and and I was thinking, women already know this. That's why they came to see it. They came to see it to get away from reality. They came to see it to have fun, to get away from all the trials and tribulations of being a woman. They don't need to hear about feminism and the patriarchy and all this modern stuff that's just in the airwaves that they can't escape from. And I sort of thought to myself, it is kind of a shame, right? Because I remember when girls played with Barbie and I was in, primary school and stuff. And I was watching the film thinking, I really miss the celebration of femininity when girls would have slumber parties and they talk about boys and they, the Saved by the Bell kind of stuff and Sister Sister, these TV shows. And I was thinking, like, as a guy, I can go and see an action movie. And if the action movie is not that great, I go, oh, well, I'll go and see another action movie. Or I've got Die Hard and I've got Total Recall and I've got Aliens. There are loads of great male action movies. And I was thinking, but what do girls really have that they can look forward to? Like, where is their female equivalent of that? Men have video games, they have action movies, and they have sports. And I was thinking, all the girls really seemed to want was something where they could celebrate being girls with makeup and dancing and music and fun and talking about boys and imagination. And it just didn't deliver that. And it was an intelligent film, in a way, but in some ways it was too smart for its own good. And at the same time, it was too stupid for its own good, because it kind of seemed to miss the fact that it already was what women needed it to be. And the audience, I could tell, like, they wanted to love it, but they might say they did, but you could feel that they didn't. And one other thing is, I have to say, the music just completely missed the mark. It was really, really, minus the song "Girls Just Want to Have Fun," the music was fucking dreadful in the movie. Margot Robbie is fantastic. She always is. She's the best thing in it. A little bit of info, which you may be interested in. Barbie, and this did piss me off in the movie, I've got to say, it really pissed me off. But there's a bit in the film where this teenage girl talks about how Barbie was so bad because she set back feminism 50 years because she gave women impossible things to aspire to, levels of beauty that are completely unattainable. And it's like, listen, right? I know the history of Barbie. Barbie, the doll, was actually created for adult men. Okay, and it wasn't an American doll. I might be wrong about this, but I think it was a German doll. Okay, and the guy who discovered it and brought it back to America saw it on a barber shop's counter, and his daughter became obsessed with this Barbie doll. He was like, she loves this doll. So he brought it back to America and found that all these little girls just went crazy for this doll. And then Mattel took a huge gamble, because television advertising to children was unheard of back then. And they gambled on it, and they thought, let's advertise it, let's see what happens. And it was the biggest toy in history. It was just an absolute phenomenon. And my point is that this is not a toy that put forward impossible ideals for girls as if there was an agenda behind it. No, it's just something that existed for adults, and little girls happen to love it. The same way little boys happen to love toys of He-Man and Ninja Turtles and Thundercats, right? And we don't look at that and go, He-Man gave me something impossible to aspire to. I'm never going to have a 12-pack. It's like, no, it's just, it celebrates your essence. It celebrates your masculinity. Barbie celebrates women's femininity. They get to celebrate all of the impossible ideals that human beings have, because we all want perfectionism in our own way. And Barbie therefore allows them to have a creative outlet where they get to be girls without all the strings attached of reality. And I thought the film didn't need to tell them that. Didn't need to tell them that reality. They didn't need to tell them what reality is at all. They just needed to have fun. Anyway, I'm going to end very quickly. Listen, girls, if you're watching this, there is, in 1988, there was a cartoon, a Barbie 2-part animated cartoon. It was great fun. And there's also a cartoon called Maxie's World. And Maxie's World I actually loved as a kid. I love Maxie's World. And Maxie's World was actually supposed to be the Barbie cartoon. But Mattel didn't really think it was smart to have a Barbie cartoon series. Okay? So watch... The reason they didn't is because they said they like girls to have their own imaginations and decide what they thought Barbie should be. They didn't want to put the idea into a girl's head of what Barbie is. So Maxie's World became Maxie's World and not Barbie. So if you really want something that's fun and brightly coloured and uplifting and full of great feminine imagination and celebration, then watch Maxie's World, because good times are happening in Maxie's World. But anyway, yeah, I genuinely thought the film told women a bunch of things that they already knew. And even if you watch the film, the very final line, it got like a chuckle. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking, yeah, but that women know about that stuff. Why hold them? Why hold a mirror to them? They didn't come to the cinema to see a mirror of their own reality. They came to see a window into a better reality, into what they, what the dream is. So I think it was a mistake, a lot of the decisions in the film, personally. But it was a smart film, but maybe too smart for its own good. Yeah. What do you guys think? Again, not bad, but I just thought, yeah, the girls wanted to love it, and it wasn't quite having the desired effect. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to sign out now. I hope you guys are all well. It's nice to chat about movies online. I have kind of missed it. I'd like to set this up more regularly. I know I've been a bit slack. But whatever. You don't comment, so what do you expect? Two-way street. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.